Well, as with many of our other repair videos, we're doing this one bit by bit. So this one is all about getting that tail and sort of a general look at some of the other stuff. We'll follow on with repairs for the rest of it. I might also mention that there's also going to be a series of videos on what we did when we converted this from a glow fuel engine to electric. That actually happened before the crash, but anyway, we'll get around to publishing that in due course as well. Well, I've had a chat with a fellow at the club about our tailplane here, and he reckons that the best thing to do is to use a barbecue skewer and, you know, embed it in there and use that to hold it together. So I'm going to give that a try. Originally I was thinking, well, I'd glue it on and just put some extra gussets in here, but I think this will be a lighter weight solution, and it might be just what the doctor ordered. So I've put it on there. I put the tape on here, as you can see, and you can see some mark there. So with it on there, I've marked straight down the line there and put these marks in line with that. I've then gone into the end of it here, yeah, I've then gone into the end of it here, and I've just taken my pencil and I've used the pencil to just mark exactly where the center of that is. Okay, and so I put a little mark there and a little indentation. So I'll take a small drill and I'll drill it in there a little bit with a small drill, and then go a little bit bigger, and then finally with the size that I need for the skewer, I'll do the same sort of thing on there. We will then epoxy everything up, put it on there. I'll have the plane set to where the other tail plane is being held horizontal, and I'll have something for this to be held horizontal, and then I'll let the epoxy cure with the skewers in place. I can then decide afterwards whether I want to add anything extra in there, but those skewers are certainly going to help. So that's the plan. I might mention that in doing that as I think about the wing here that we need to repair, you know, it's busted this off here, I've had the second thought about this, and I've thought, well, you know, maybe I will do the same type of thing here, and I can either use barbecue skewers or I could use carbon rod and put 3 or 4 of them into that beam there, and then maybe a couple more into this panel here. This is really solid. It's got a lot of meat on it there. So maybe a couple more in there, plus epoxy all of this, including the pin that goes into there. And that might be adequate for holding on that wingtip. So we'll see how we go with the tail first. Okay, we're getting ready to get our stuff patched together here. So I've got these boxes that are the same height, parts boxes, thing to set it on. But just looking at it with that setting down there, this one is up higher than that one. So I'm just wondering what's going on. Maybe there's a bit of dihedral in the tail. So let's see. Let's get this straight for a start. Need a mini jack stand is what I need. Something I can screw and lift up. Okay, I've moved this forward just to the point where the back of this on the horizontal stabilizer is low. Okay, I'm going to double check this. That looks pretty good. Okay, so then this ought to be pretty level. Put them at the same distance out. and angle it with a fuselage. Much better, much better. That's looking pretty good. A little bit high coming out that way. A little bit high that way. So they're both high in the same direction. And that one is just a little bit that way. So I think everything is consistent. Yeah, my table is off. Okay, they're matching my table. So that's looking good. Okay, so what I've done is I've got these barbecue skewers, and I've pushed it into the hole, and I've marked how far it went. And then I pushed it into the other side of that hole, marked how far it went. And then I added the one to the other to work out the total length of the pin that's going in there. Each one is numbered, so that one's number 3, that one's number 2, and number 1. So what I will do next is I'm going to mix some epoxy up. I'm going to use this pointy, smaller set of skewer to try and push epoxy into the holes. We'll goop up the pins real good, put it all together, and hopefully get a good glue job. Note that this skewer is a little bit smaller diameter than the other ones. So it goes in there and it can be used to distribute the glue around a bit. Okay, number 1. And numbered from this direction. So I should have done a trial fit first. Hopefully it'll all be okay. Otherwise we'll be pulling things apart. Okay. Number 2, and get them stuff on that. And number 3. Okay, let's see if it works. looking pretty good. Now I want to strap these things in. Tighten this up a little bit. Just a little bit too much, maybe. That'll work. Now that is got a nice snug fit. It looks pretty good. Okay, now, it's amazing what spit does. Okay, I'm quite pleased with that. Given that I've got a little bit extra epoxy, we'll just add a little bit into the joint. Okay, we will let that harden. Well, we now have a repaired tailplane, horizontal stabilizer, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it's somewhat straight. And we'll have a look at it from the back. And that looks pretty even to me. It'll certainly fly. So, quite pleased with that. It seems to be quite solid as far as this joint is concerned. Didn't exactly line up that with the hole, but that's a good thing about this stuff, is it's reasonably flexible. And I think that's going to do a fine job. So now we'll work on repairing the end of the wing and getting that thing back together again. Well, we got it done. Yeah, we got a tail. Woohoo! And it even looks pretty straight. Yeah, not bad. Gonna have some covering to do on it, but nonetheless, we're well under the way. As I'm saying this, the wing repair is going on right next to me here. Glue is setting, and very shortly we'll have a video showing you all about that. So you don't want to miss it all, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then while you're at it, have a look at some other repair videos. Well, you have a great day. I'm RC Jim, signing off.